Hi Pisces, and welcome to your mid-November, quite short sort of update reading. So you pulled this beautiful lady, and I actually clarified it, and it's actually with the dog. So this lady is obviously waiting for something. She's looking out this open window, very, very dressed, very, very waiting for to receive something or someone. So it's a very, very receptive energy. So I tried to clarify it, and we got the dog. So the dog is about loyalty, it's about commitment, it's, the dog is that very steadfasted energy. So for some Pisces, what you're waiting for is some sort of loyalty. Maybe you're waiting on something to be made very, very real, very concrete. I always think the dog is a very, very sort of earthy energy. And anything that represents the earth represents endurance, the ability to stick with something. But it's an intensely loyal and very, very devoted energy. So I'm not sure if this is you that's very, very devoted and waiting for some sort of change, or you're waiting for some sign of loyalty, some sort of sign that shows you that someone's got your back or something's got your back. So I'm not quite sure how these two are playing out. What's interesting, I think you're about my 6th reading, and 4 people have got the dog. And it's almost like everyone's waiting for the sign of loyalty. I have no idea what it's about, but let's find out. So I'm going to pull 6 cards. Just try and keep things very, very simple for these mid-months. And actually, most people's are showing up as a relationship energy, but we'll find out what it is for you. So 6 cards for Pisces, please. So behind you, the 3 of Pentacles. The gift is the 6 of Swords. The challenge is the relationship energy. Yeah, but relationships have been so incredibly challenging through the whole of the year. Yeah, the Hermit's in your relationship house. Unless you're dealing with a Virgo. If not, this is very, very much being in a very, very reflective period. And the 6 of Swords is quite... In some decks, the 6 of Swords has 3 people in it. But in this deck, this person, she's basically, there's no other people on the boat. And the Hermit energy would sort of clarify that. And that Lady card, they're all very much cards about being in your own personal space. Yeah. And connection is the challenge. So for some of you, this is waiting on something to do with a relationship, which was my first impression. You've got 2 6s showing up, which is fantastic. So the 6s come... The 5s are always about upsetting, or the 5s unsettle things. They create change. A lot of people don't like change, but change can be very, very good because they lead to the 6s, which is victory and peace, and it's the center of your card. And the center of your reading is overcoming your head and heart, going in separate directions, reaching this triumphant point. And the 6 of Swords is a very, very, very deep healing card. Sounds like a cliche, but it is. It's a card about it does represent moving on, but it's not the moving on like the Death card might represent. It's more about sort of leaving behind the turbulence of the 5, and the waters are calm. The moon is full. There's protection here, and there's some triumphant success. The challenge is the Lovers. So anyhow, behind you is the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of community. It's a card of teamwork. It's about building other people up as well as building yourself up. It represents working as a group. Really, really good card, the 3 of Pentacles. It might even just be a desire to be with other people, to work with other people, to connect with others. For some of you, you're mastering your pentacles, because look at these 2 pentacles. They're risen, so he's claimed these honours and he's still working on one. Okay, so there's so many ways to interpret cards. But the gift of the 6 of Swords, which is clarified with the 6 of Wands, is some point of challenge has been overcome, and you're now in peaceful waters, and some sort of triumph and some sort of victory basically is yours. Now the challenge is the relationship card, and that's probably because you've got the Hermit here. So unless you're dealing with a Virgo, you're not with this person, or your energy is turned inwards. You can't help it, Pisces. It's the way that your energy operates. And then you move outwards. So you go inwards, then you go outwards. It's very funny because Cancer got a little bit of a reading like this. So this is being in quite a self-reflective period. And obviously, so the Lover's card is either waiting for this energy to be shown some sort of commitment, some sort of loyalty, or your energy needs some time to reflect. It's maybe a bit of both. And sometimes when we need time to reflect, it can be very challenging for, for other people that want us to connect with them. They want to pull us out of that personal space and communicate. So that might be a little bit of a challenging dynamic. So why is these 2 6s showing up? Really, really nice cards to show up. Yeah, it's around the Ace of Pentacles. So this would be more about, because he's working on that ace, look. And so there's some sort of success around this ace. It could be a new job. Bringing something into the world. Yeah. So this is a real point of personal, this is a point to put your energy into, birthing this ace. It's very, very beautiful, and it's going to be extremely successful. So the challenge is obviously between other and the need to be in the Hermit. Now, sometimes the other person plays out our energy, and they're the one who sort of is not available to us. So, but if you think of it, it's almost the same thing. And when other people tend to withdraw from me, I see it as a sign that I need to go in and do some reflection, unless they're like some crazy person who just goes about cutting you off. But the Hermit is a singular card. And there's a dynamic between being with others and being in your own private, personal. Remember, this is your opposite sign. So Pisces and Virgo work together, very, 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 very beautifully, actually. Because to be a Pisces means you're so incredibly open. But when we learn to discriminate, when we learn to honour and respect – who gets access to our energy, Pisces moon, our life so much change because we begin to understand the value that we offer people. So we can learn to, you know, I'm going to be mindful about who gets access to my energy. So maybe that's what's going on. There's an awful lot going on in the collective, Pisces. You'll be absorbing a lot of it. So can you clarify the Hermit and the Lover's card and what the issue is here? One card. I just want to cut the cards into three. The King of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. If not, there's a feeling that something might have got a little bit rigid. The King of Pentacles can be a very, very inflexible energy. Doesn't budge at all. Some people say that he moves once a year. I don't even think he does move because the Knight and the Page moves on his behalf. So this could be you dealing with an energy that's quite stubborn and a little bit fixed. And there's a need here. So this could be the other person. On the positive, the King of Pentacles is very, 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 very loyal energy. So I don't think there's anything to worry about here. But it looks like there's a little bit of it's either reflection required. I need to discriminate, to make some wise choices about who you give and who you're spending your time with, what you're doing with your time. But you know, this is one precious life, Pisces, and you know, and it's not judging another person as negative when we don't want to spend time with them, by the way. It's really, really not in any shape or form, but it's about valuing that commodity of our own energy. But there's something, this relationship dynamic does seem very, very loyal to me and very devoted. But there's a little bit of a separation going on. Your success lies in this energy, which means you're putting energy into something to do with this pentacle, bringing something into existence. You're working on it here, and the 2 sixes clarify it as overcoming the challenges of the 5. Now, the King of Wands is the outcome. Could be a fire sign, male or female. My cards don't show up that way. It's going to be another person that you're dealing with. What's the King of Wands doing? It's with the Star card. That's beautiful. So the Star card is grace. Yeah. It's about transparency. It's about openness. It's about connecting with someone. It's almost like the Star card. Gemini got quite a similar reading. It's about breaking down the walls that might be separating you from someone. That's what the Star card does, especially if it's a relationship card. So the walls start to come down and the energy begins to flow again. But it's almost like Pisces, and I don't know if this is you or it's coming at you. I'm not sure which one it is. I tend to read this position as other people's energy. So they're in the hermit mode, which is obviously making the dynamic of the relationships challenging. This is the walls coming down. The Star opens up. The walls come down and the energy begins to flow again. So this could be with this King of Wands. Again, it doesn't even have to be gender specific or sign specific. It just could be a person. But it's quite an interesting reading. Now, I have no idea why every single person's reading showed up as a relationship dynamic, and I don't know if, I mean, it's not always with people, you know, coming into your life. Sometimes people here, I don't know if we're spending a lot of time just reflecting on our relationship issues, what they're about, what we want, what we desire, how to have more openness. Because for a lot of people, COVID's been really, really tough. And it's been really tough on our humanity, our sharing, which is Aquarius, and that's the Aquarius card. So something's opening up here. I would say that's relationship-wise, but your greatest power, your superpower is this ace for the 2 sixes. It's like something, it's like there's some huge triumph, some huge pushing forward to get this ace. Either you could be completing a college course, I don't know what it is, something, some ace that's in your hand. And coming out the 6 of Wands is quite a big card, because before it is the 5 of Wands, which is the evolution, pushing you forward to do something, to birth something, to make something happen, and it's happening. And the relationship energy, this isn't difficult. It's about the need to reflect, and the need to be in connection, or the need to be alone, and the need to be with other. It's balancing out that dynamic and being totally transparent about it with the Star card. Something's going to open. I think a couple of things are going to open for you, Pisces. Very good reading. Lovely. Again, this was only a short one. I'll be back for December's readings. Hopefully. Who knows what's happening next, Pisces. But all going well, I'll be back for December's readings. Loads of love. Bye.